Good day everyone. Today Group 4, consisting of myself, Fudel, Yibun, Madhushri and Christine, will be presenting our analysis on SBS Transit's training and development practices. Christine will bring us through an introduction to SBS Transit and also the conclusion. Yibun will present SBS Transit's positive practices, after which I will present the first area for improvement and its recommendations, and Madhushri will present on the second area for improvement and its recommendations. Without further ado, Christine, please.
Introduction of SBS Transit. SBS Transit is a subsidiary of ComfortDelGro Corporation. Currently, SBS Transit is a leading bus operator in Singapore. Through workforce planning, SBS Transit is able to assess skill in place and the skills gap and tailor the training needs accordingly to each employee. With the training and development, it helps improve the work performance of an employee, increasing their productivity and enable the organization to achieve its business goal. SBS Transit believe in growing their people by investing heavily in education and training. Therefore, SBS collaborate with ITE to provide study work program, which allows students to study for their diploma and work to gain experience. And we pass to the next slide to my teammate.
My name is Ibun. I will present about two main points that SBS Transit has carried out recently. First of all, to improve its service and equip its employee with the necessary skill and knowledge, SBS Transit recently announced that its first ever work study diploma program in land transport engineering with ITE. The program is designed to equip participants with technical and practical knowledge and skill in land transport engineering. It will allow them to gain industry experience while they pursue their studies. Under the program, SBS Transit will provide its participants with various training and development programs to equip them with relevant skill and knowledge. These include courses such as electrical and mechanical engineering, project management, safety and risk management, operation, and lastly, technical skills. Overall, SBS Transit's first ever work study diploma programs in land transport engineering with ITE is an important step forward in developing the land transport industry in Singapore. At the same time, it will also help equip its participants with the necessary skill and knowledge they can use in their future careers. Not only that, SBS Transit also invests in the future of training with Real Training Institute. Recently, SBS Transit announced the launch of a new Real Training Institute to provide advanced training for its staff and promote the development of rail transport in the country. The investment in the RTI is part of SBS Transit's long-term vision to develop a world-class rail network in Singapore, and is a significant step toward that goal. SBS Transit investment in the RTI is a positive step for the company. It will not only provide employees with more comprehensive and up-to-date training, but it will also be a cost-effective way to equip them with the necessary skill and knowledge. This investment can result in increased job satisfaction, improved customer service, and improved operational efficiency.
Thank you, Yibun. I am Fudhal. I'll be talking about the first area for improvement for SBS Transit, that is their customer service preparedness. SBS Transit trains their personnel to be prepared to help and serve a wide variety of physical disabilities. SBS provides training and for employees and upgraded facilities for commuters who have physical disabilities, namely the elderly, pregnant women, big families with young children, wheelchair-bound personnel, and also visually impaired personnel. For the elderly and pregnant women, there are specially labelled and reserved seats at bus stops. For wheelchair-bound personnel or personnel mounted on personal mobility devices, they are more than welcome to board buses with wheelchair stickers on the windscreen, indicating that it is a wheelchair-accessible bus. The rear door of these buses are equipped with a folding ramp for easy embarkation and disembarkation. For passengers with visual disabilities, tactical flooring is available on buses to guide them. Although SBS Transit does not have any incidents involving mentally disabled passengers, there have been cases where other major bus companies such as Tower Transit have gotten themselves into incidents involving mentally disabled passengers. In order for SBS Transit not to get entangled in such cases, They can beef up their training and development to include training and preparations to better serve people with disabilities as a whole, be it physically or mentally. They can expand their training instead of only hard skills to include soft skills as well, so they may understand all passengers no matter their disabilities. In principle, SBS Transit must include in their bus captain training to be sensitive to the needs of disabled people, to adopt the correct etiquette and understanding, and also be non-judgmental or non-biased towards them. This can be achieved by setting up a robust training cycle and include the discussed topic in it. Firstly, SBS Transit has to identify learning or training needs. This can be identified as a need to ramp up bus captain training to include management and handling of personnel with disabilities as a whole, specifically mentally challenged personnel. As mentioned, although SBS Transit does not have incidents involving mentally challenged personnel so far, it is best not to be reactive, but instead proactive. After which, SBS Transit has to establish training objectives. This can be identified as number 1, increase awareness and sensitivity towards all handicapped personnel. Number 2, learn disability etiquette for all handicapped personnel. And lastly, number 3, learn to consider all handicapped personnel without bias or judgment. Next step, SBS Transit has to design and deliver the aforementioned training program. We recommend that they adopt the experiential learning method. This method will be beneficial for an organization like SBS Transit due to having such a vast and diverse employee group in terms of age, experience, and educational level. According to Kolb's experiential learning theory, in order for this learning method to be fully utilized to its maximum potential, bus captains must go through 4 main things. Firstly, concrete experience. SBS Transit could possibly partner up with an organization such as Disabled Persons People's Association (DPA) or Serving People with Disabilities (SPD) to get disabled personnel to share their experiences and also give their point of view. This will help bus captains relate more and increase sensitivity towards disabled personnel. Secondly, bus captains would learn reflective observation, where they carefully observe the situation before making judgments and also view things from a different perspective, which comes in handy when dealing with disabled people. Thirdly, abstract conceptualization, where after properly analyzing the situation, bus captains can act on intelligent understanding. And lastly, active experimentation, where bus captains can put their newly learned skill to good use. After which, SBS Transit has to evaluate the training development activity due to reasons, namely to help decide if the techniques and methods used are worthwhile and if they can make a difference, and also if the course should be continued. SBS Transit must execute the 4 levels of training and development evaluation, as each level will produce different results. In increasing order, the lowest level, which is reaction evaluation, can be done with simple questionnaires to provide feedback on the quality of the training evaluation. Next, learning evaluation can be done by doing a simple quiz using Kahoot or quizzes to test knowledge retention. Next, behavior evaluation can be indicated by performance appraisal from superiors or subordinates. And lastly, results evaluation for this training and development module can be monitored with statistics of incidents, but in this case, if any incident occurs. I'll hand over the time to Madhushri. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Madhu, and today I will be sharing more about one of SBS Transit negative practice and its action recommendations. For the negative practice, SBS has lack of labour management relations and employee engagement. Whereas, in one of their social reports, SBS Transit thinks that employee satisfaction and engagement have a significant impact on their long-term company performance, productivity, and service quality. They consider it essential to interact with their staff in order to bring them on board with their business strategy to help them achieve their goals and respond to their needs. As a result, SBS Transportation places a high priority on labour management interactions and employee involvement. For example, they hold induction programs for new hires to help them match with company values and culture. As SBS Transit manages employee engagement. In order to inform staff members of updates and help them fit with company objectives, they often hold briefing sessions, discussions, and conferences. SBS Transit promotes two-way communication by asking for staff input and comments during these meetings. Whereas this was not sufficient, as in 2019, 8 bus captains sued SBS Transit in civil court in regards to their overtime and rest days. Simply put, is because better job performance is correlated with higher engagement. In fact, there is no arguing with the fact that companies with motivated staff have a variety of competitive advantages, including increased production and fewer staff turnover. One of the action recommendation is to do a formal or informal check-in procedures that are available to managers at SBS Transit who employ them weekly. For instance, managers can have a weekly check-in meeting that serves as a launch pad for each employee's weekly priorities and a summary of the week's success and opportunities for growth. Managers can combine team check-ins with one-on-one check-ins based on the needs and dynamics of the team. This guarantees that workers are aware of what their team members are working on and provides individuals with the opportunity to receive individualized comments or address more personal concerns. Managers should keep in mind that check-in meetings are just as much about managing performance as they are about fostering relationships regardless of the frequency or format employed. Employees should listen to their co-workers' queries, worries and issues when they check in with them, then collaborate to discover solutions. Managers should be aware that everyone will be happier and more engaged if they can approach their staff with humanity and fairness. Thank you.
Summary of SBS Transit. With the lawsuit faced by SBS Transit in year 2019, SBS Transit should have constant employee engagement with their employee to understand how they feel and what they want. Improve on their employee welfare and benefit. All this will help to reduce the employee turnover rate. SBS Transit started investing in the training and development for their employee by collaborating with NTUC Learning Hub on providing key core skill training to the employee. This helped to improve the skill gap of the employee. SBS Transit also partnered with ITE on work study program. This helped to attract potential employees and allowing them to gain working experience while studying for their diploma. These are good strategies by SBS Transit, especially in the current market where there is a shortage of manpower. That's all, the end. Thank you.